You're listening to TalkTainmentRadio.com.
The views and opinions expressed are those of the host and guest and not necessarily those of TalkTainmentRadio.com, the management, the staff, or K&E World Network, LLC.
Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Bass, and you're listening to Talktainment Radio, and this is Stairway to Heaven. My topic today is the 62nd anniversary, a tribute to the Keys, Sensational Keys of Harmony, and they've been singing 62 years, and they're a family group, and apologize for that. One of the members are not here with me today because they had some family problems, emergencies to go through. I also like to make a shout out before I get into it. I'd like to make a shout out to my wife, Evangelist Patricia Smith, which she's in Riverside Hospital. My daughter, Bertha Smith, the West family, Core Lab, Shay, Vicky Boy, Vicky, Tony, Sean, Barney, and Lucinda, and to all my shout outs there. But like I say, this is supposed to be the Keys of Harmony's anniversary program, but due to the fact that some of the members are have illness in the family, and actually my heart goes out to Joseph, the guitar player, Joseph Woods Jr., and I'm asking you to pray for him also. He is also having a little illness under the weather. So, as I said before, this is a tribute to them. They started 62 years ago, and I've been with them for about 3 years. Well, I was with them before I left and went with another group called the Gospel Heavyweights and Man in the Golden Gospels, and I stayed away for a while. Then when I came back to Columbus, there were other group, and I got back with them about 3 or 4 years ago. So this is the tribute to them, and hopefully that they have hopefully next year will be 2063, and looking forward then to make the 63rd make that anniversary and the 63rd anniversary. Meanwhile, this is where they're going to be at July 15th. They're going to be in a play called Depart From Me. And that's going to be at the Yielding High School. And that's going to be Saturday, July the 15th at 4 o'clock. And for those who want to know, I ask you to please, sir, please, ma'am, be there. It's a play. It's going to be a play, and then they have the little concert. That's it. And the show is, the name of the play is called Depart From Me. And I believe this is going to be a pretty good show. So this is the show we are going to be on. The next thing I would like to mention to some of y'all, and don't forget that there will be the North and South thing is coming up pretty soon, and that'll be in August. So you got the groups from the South coming up. North, you got the 5 Stars Harmonizers, and some more groups from out of town that will be there. Also the Keys, there are many more groups that will be there. The Keys will not be there because during the illness, because we're trying, like I said, Joe Jr. is under the weather a little bit. So I'll give you a little more information on that, where we'll be there or not. But right now, as I say, I'm going back to what I was said before, that the Keys of Harmony is having their 62nd anniversary, and right now we usually celebrate, but we're not going to have any programs or anything like that this year due to illness. And in fact, we done had a lot of illness in the family, in the group, and people had to leave on emergencies and different things, which, like, I have to go on emergency. I have an emergency myself. After I live here to check on my wife, I have to see about her, and she's supposed to be getting out the hospital tomorrow. But like I say, this is the group's anniversary, and hey, I'm looking forward that they're going. They have look for 63 and 63 next year. Hopefully next year things will be a little more better, a little more stronger. and we'll probably hopefully we'll try to plan something big next year for the anniversary. But as I said before, this is a tribute to them, and hopefully that when we do working, trying to get back together, trying to get the voices back in shape, because when you not singing, rehearsing a lot, you don't get a chance to the chords get weak, and your voices do get weak, and you got to go back to practice and get them voices right back together and get them stronger again. So when you do go back, they be getting strong. But like I said, we're gonna be a whole lot of new things gonna go on with the keys. Voices are gonna be changing and everything. So this is the 62nd year. Also, I would like to say that from that, I'll give a little subject today that I'm thinking I'm just seeing. Too many things today has been happening all this week. A lot of stuff has been happening all this week, and that it doesn't make sense at all. And I'm trying to figure out. My thing is with me is, why are there too much gun violence, and how many people are trying to use guns? I mean, we heard people got drive-by. There was a couple of shootings at the scare at the Red, White, and Boom, and somebody that was a false alarm, and it shouldn't have been. That was supposed to be the celebration of the country's birthday and the United States independence. Too many times we have too many people that try to destroy something that's good, and what's good and what's in the family. So for everybody wants to destroy stuff that's good for other people, and it doesn't make any sense. We got too many friendly people around, too many things that we could do besides doing a whole lot of violence. And it's just like it's getting back to the old Al Capone days, Machine Gun Kelly days. It looks like it's getting back to them, getting back to that. And boy, it's just that we don't want that to get involved with that. All the shootings and stuff are doing the old days, the old gangster days, in Chicago and New York. And it seems like Columbus is becoming another tombstone or a gunfight at the OK Corral. There's always somebody getting shot, and there's always somebody shooting for no reason at all. We need to get together. Why should I shoot my brother and sister for something that he may have, or something that he is doing? It's jealousy. It's got to stop, and it's got to go. We don't need all that jealousy and don't need all that violence. Think of the innocent little children that's out in the street playing in the yard or in the park, and somebody that's off the chain comes back here and want to do his bid or his thing, or he can't stand to see nobody enjoying themselves without him getting involved doing something wrong. That's called, in my way of seeing somebody doing good, to me, I call it a jealousy within himself, because he didn't have the time to get himself straight. And it's the time that and it's another thing is that it's a way and a time that people don't want to get involved in what's going on. We have to try to learn to do our own thing. We're going to have to learn to love ourselves and our neighbors, because, we were put down here to love each other, not hate each other, but to love each other, regardless who you are and what you are. People today, as my wife said, people today say it's like going back to the old cowboy days, when people was living on farms and ranches, and maybe the husband go out, try to get the cattle back in the corral or animals or something, and he's there all day, and there's always a stranger, and they have to be on their P's and Q's all the time. They have to be have some type of way to protect themselves. Not seeing this doing this is something that maybe this happened. I'm just getting this direction what I see off the old cowboy movies. A lot of times we need to try to think before we shoot. It's shooting and getting to the point where we are shooting first and asking questions later. And that's not a good thing to do. But you have the right to protect yourself. I can understand somebody try to break in your house without notice. Don't care who you are, they're gonna break in and try to take what they can. That I understand, but what I don't understand is why shoot somebody when they may be trying to knock on your door and talk to you. I'm gonna go back a little bit. Only thing I could say is this: that when that shooting happened down, I guess it was Florida or somewhere, where that young lady went to talk to that lady about why she did through these skateboard or whatever it was she threw at the kids. She shot right through the door and shot her, killed her really. And from what we was hearing, that this lady had a very, very mean temper, and she must realize she didn't really understand that we all have to live together. We all live in that same complex or that same vicinity. We got to try to get along. Stop trying to be mean towards each other. And but it's like she didn't care what we was told. It's been heard told that she was just mean to everybody she could be. She tried to be. She was just mean to everybody, and children, adults, anything like that. But she see all she was thinking about in her mind. Her mind frame say it was like her people shouldn't be here, or these people shouldn't be here. I should be here. You shouldn't be here. I should be here. And you are wondering, well, if you think you should be here, then they have the right to be here. Everybody else is trying to be friendly and family and humble towards each other, but you got that one individual don't think so. Mostly, probably more antisocial than anything. I'm a little antisocial myself. I sometimes get around people I don't know, or sometimes I get kind of shy away. I'm not too quick to get involved, but I do have a little antisocialness in me. And I have to sit back and think and watch myself before I said the wrong thing. But most of all, the incident that happened of that young lady who got killed, a question about throwing stuff at her son, she just went there to talk. But the old girl did say, no, I'm going to shoot. And she shot and killed her. And right now she's facing charges. What's the use of facing charges for something that could have been avoided? It could have been very highly avoided. It should have been easy, nice and easy. And if they had she had came out there and talked, found out what it was and everything, they probably would have they thought everything would got together, been nice. But as far as they're concerned, that was not the case. Like I said, it's just like they say, well, if I shoot one, get one and run, and let somebody know, don't come to my house on my porch. I'm letting you know I'm going to shoot you. But at the same time, she has to face the consequences of what she did. And they always use this story, I feared for my life. With that, understand, well, how you going to fear for your life if you don't look out, ask who it is, and ask, can we talk about it? You just going to get mad and go shooting because you have a nasty temper, because you're very mean and unstable, and you don't feel that everything ain't right? You just trying to show the whole world, well, hey, I'm going to do this to some people. I'm going to do this. And they see you do it. They're sitting back laughing. Well, they deserve it. No, they don't deserve it. You deserve it because you the one planned it. Nobody needs to lose a life over something that's not really serious. And that was not serious. That was really, I say, naive in a way. It was naive in a way. Very naive. But, as I said before, a lot of things has happened in this country that's not it's not going well. As I was saying, I live in America, and a whole lot of wrong going wrong. And James Brown said that. But in other things, I like to say is this, that he was right. A whole lot of wrong is going on in this country. I live, and you don't see it until you hear it on the 5 o'clock news, 6 o'clock news, or 11 o'clock news. There's always something that happened that's wrong. Many people today don't realize that. Some people just push it off and say that there is no, but that's all right, they did the right thing. No, they did not do the right thing. Interfering and trying to scare people. I said this a while back. After everything has been changing over, going this way and that way, this country is another Sodom and Gomorrah. And I believe I said this before. This is another Sodom and Gomorrah. And what I mean by that, everybody's doing their own thing, don't care who sees and who it harm. They don't have no respect or no love for each other for that. This is another Sodom and Gomorrah country. And it has turned that way. It's probably been turning that way for a long time, each day, each year, and each hour. And nobody has ever really sit down and thought about it and look at this. They just going to do what we want to do. Well, we want to do this, we want to do that. Fine. But did you stop to think who it's going to affect and who it's going to hurt when you do this? Did you stop and think that, well, if I do this, what I'm going to do about it? You have to sometimes think of what goes on in the world, who's doing this and who's doing what. And people today, they're not looking at the situation or the converse or the reverses or what the problem may be. That's what happens. It's just a thing that we do things, and we do a lot of things.
Hello, Moto.
But when you try to get things together and do things the right way, you really, really, really can't find out. The right way is the right way, and then sometimes there's the wrong way the wrong way. This is TalkTamerRadio.com, and you're listening to Stairway to Heaven with your host, Dr. Bass Claude Smith. Now, the thing about it is that when we do things the right way, things always comes out okay. But when you do things the wrong way, it does not really, really care what you do. Because the people who don't do it the wrong way, they don't care. All they thinking about is what they can do and get away with. And this is what they're doing. They're doing things to get away with. Sometimes we have to try to do the things that we try to get ourselves together. And when you try to get yourself together, things work out. Now, when you get things together, put things together, put pieces together, put parts together, you're always going to come out the right way. Now, let me go back to this here, and I'm going to say this one more time. Don't forget the North and South program next month, and it'll be some groups from here representing the North, and the groups from the South will be here, and it's going to be a pretty good program. So don't forget that program will be coming up pretty soon. Also, I like to say that the Keys of Harmony, which is this day 62nd anniversary this year, they will be part of a play called I Know You Not. That's at July the 15th at Yearling High School. That play is a pretty good play. I hardly ever go to plays, but this is one. This is gonna be my first one going to one. But it's at Yearling High School, and it's at it's on 136 Yearling Avenue. It's in Whitehall, and the play is called Depart From Me, and we'll be there July 15th, and it's on a Saturday, July 15th. The play is called Depart From Me, and I hope that looking forward to seeing you there. The admission is free. It's free will offering, and we shall be there. Also, I'd like to say this for those who like what we talk about, teach and try to talk about, the guests that I have and the music that I have play. If you enjoy and like it, give me a call, 614-817-5588, 614-817-5588, and we'll tell me know what you like, how you feel, and how you love it. Another thing I like to say too, that too many of us, we be looking down on our people. We look down on people. I'm saying that don't look down on a man unless you picking him up. And that's what you need to do. You need to pick him up. You can't always take everything, and when you see a man, dog him out and tell him he ain't trying to get nothing, but you don't know that man's feelings. You really don't. You don't know what he's trying to do. You don't know if he's trying to get himself together. You don't know if he's trying to learn to change his life around. And this is why I call this, you need to get our lives, get this guy together. Some of our people today don't see somebody's down, they talk about him like a dog. They do. They don't try to get him together on anything. Sometimes we have to try to help ourselves. And when we do that way we'll know what's going on, what's happening. I see people every day that's struggling, trying to get to work, trying to get something to eat, and next thing you know, they want to talk about him like he's a dog or something. And we can't keep doing that, talking about a person like that, because you don't know what he's trying to do. You don't know if you're trying to help him or try to get him straight or try to get him together. But sometimes we have to try to get this person together and get him a place to stay. People that's less fortunate, there's a lot of people out there less fortunate but needs our help. And there's some people out there that try to take advantage of what we do or what we're trying to do. And that's why when you are looking down on somebody because they're trying to make it or you don't want to help them, you don't take a look at yourself and look at yourself in the mirror and find out what is true and what is not. Who are you? Find out for yourself who you are, and find out for yourself what you are. Do you think because you got a little better, you got a little more money than he does, that he is you're better than him? Some of them out there are trying to help themselves. There's others that's not trying to help themselves. Some are out there doing it just to be doing to see how much money they can get up and go back and count. And the reason why I say this was because I can remember the times that when I was trying to get a place and I had to stay at the shelter until they got my apartment together. And once they got my apartment together, what happened was that these guys had counted all the money. And I'm not going to mention the city I was in when this happened, the other place, because it wasn't Columbus. It was somewhere else. The people that was panhandling and everything, some of them have able bodies. And they would go in this little room and they would talk about how much money they raised, this and that and the other. Some guys say, I got 50. Some guys say, I got 100. And the prices goes up, so on, so on. And I got to thinking, when I saw that, I said, hey, wait a minute. You mean to tell me that you stand out there begging all day and all night, get up early in the morning, about 5 o'clock in the morning, out there on the corner begging, rain, sleep, snow, whatever, however the weather is, you're going to go out there and beg? When you're able to get your job, you're strong enough, but you rather stand out there and beg? And here comes somebody that really, really needs it and trying to get together. You don't care about them, just care about yourself. You take them from them. And half these panhandlers out there are handicapped. It's one part of their body that they can't use or they can't work with. They have to try to go to rehab or try to get something to senses them once a month. But they go out there and sit and try to help themselves get some little extra change to help them on the way. But there is some of us out there that's fully capable to work and worthy to work out there begging. I remember a young man I went to Sheets one morning getting off from work to get some gas. And this young man he works for Amazon. I don't know their names, but this young man was out there asking the man to help him out. Young man helped him out. Young man came out and said, you know what? Said, I don't know what type of game you playing, but if I'm the same age you are, if I can get out here and get me a job, then you can come out and get you a job too. He said, I can't do it. And this young man was out there every day trying to get begging. I don't see guys out there that can really, really work and get a job. They rather live that way. They rather beg for what they get. They rather go out there, sleep in the elements and cold and everything and get sick. Well, sorry, but you can't always do that. You have to try to, one way or another, get a job. There are programs. Someone got programs, and the programs are getting paid once a month, maybe two getting help, going to temporary service, making money. But you still got those out there still begging. Them the ones I'm talking about. But the ones that are really poor, that's disabled and trying to get what they want and can't get it, they die gone. I can't talk about them because I had to just shake my head and look at them. But still, you want to down them because they're disabled, can't work, and they have to try to get the funds they can the best way they go how. A check once a month does not get it and will not help. Because it's a hard thing to do with a check once a month. You're not going to be able to work with it once a month if you know how to stretch your money, if you know how to put it. But there's a lot of people out there that needs help out there that should get it. There's some out there that don't need it. They're the ones I'm talking about, the ones that don't need it. But still, then you got the ones that really need it, you look down on. The ones that don't need it, they talking, getting their stuff, laughing and joking, and they know how to scheme the system to get help. I've seen this happen. I seen one young man got some help and told me the first thing, he said, whoa, I got enough to get me some food. I said, good. But he said, no, this is going to, he told me, no, this is going to the dope man. I said, and I shook my head. I said, you got food to be eating in your stomach. You're going to give him your food so he can put in his stomach so you can have your dope. That doesn't work with me or any other person. So we got to learn that, we can't look down on other people because of who they are, what they do. Just the ones that really don't care and don't want to do nothing, just want to stay out there and do this as a job every day. I can't help you. Because you're just as strong as I am. You can get out there and put an application in or go get some help. Because standing out there getting help in that cold, not too many people, it's going to be a time where you can't get a dime. And they're making it harder. They done moved the panhandlers from downtown. And they got them out north now. Pretty soon they're going to move them from up north. Pretty soon they're going to move it so far back they ain't gonna have nowhere to go, and they ain't gonna have nowhere to get no money. So we just got, like I said, got to look out for what we do, how we do it, and what we're looking for. Like I said, getting back, as I said before, this is, like I said, this is the 62nd anniversary of the Keys of Harmony. And as I said before, the group is still together. We're working out some things, and we have a few people that's some of the members of the group are dealing with illness in their families, such as me, like I have, and some of us about to go to surgery and have surgery. Oh yeah, like I said, my hat goes off to my dear and closest friend, one of my best friends I know for years, and that's Joe Woods Jr., and that is my closest friend, and we've been knowing each other for years. We played together before, now we back together playing again. And, you know, I'm asking you prayers for him. I'm asking you prayers for the evangelist Patricia Smith. I'm asking you prayers for her so she can get better and in the long run. Oh, we got her and I got some plan coming up. You're going to be surprised. Hopefully one day that when she gets stronger and everything, you will see her sitting next to me in the studio. We got something coming up, her and I do. Got a thing, because we're not saying what it is. It's going to be a surprise. We coming back with it. And she got some more ladies coming on her show, Women in the Community Service. She getting her new partners together. So she's trying to figure out who she going to get and who she ain't, who she's figuring out. She's sitting back and auditioning and listening to her, and you'll be surprised. This lady she got now, they are really, really, really together. Although the first lady she had, Terry, and the other one, those ladies are gone, and they were all of them were close friends, real good friends. And you know, once you lose your two best friends, and you were a trio, you'd be surprised. Okay, though, let me put it this way: I'll be to all my YouTube friends and them and everything. Hope to see you next time. Just remember, take the Lord along with you, and remember, the ground is nothing but the garden. Don't put anything that grows wrong. Thank you.